So welcome to those people that have made it here today. Make sure that you know, as you've already can do, make sure you know you can use the chat button to speak to me at any time and ask some questions along the way. I like to make these quite interactive and useful for your businesses. So if you've got any questions, pop them into the chat. If you are on the recording, just email me if you need to, victoria@businessstation.com.au, and I will get to you when I can. I am taking a little bit of time off as requested by Business Station, but we'll be around after that. So today we are talking about social media and how to make your social media through Canva. So I know a lot of people firstly, they struggle with what to say on their social media. And I've done lots of webinars around that. So if you haven't watched those, grab the recordings of those. And then they say, well, how do I actually make this social media? How do I actually make the pictures? So firstly, I want to say videoing yourself will get through the algorithms better than anything else at the moment. But I know a lot of people are very uncomfortable being in front of the camera. So if you're not comfortable being in front of the camera and you just want to make some beautiful social media for your Facebook and your Instagram, let's get stuck into it and I'll show you. So I use Canva Pro. And currently at the moment, you can get Canva Pro for $17. Just trying to open my screen up. $17.99 per month. And you can get up to 5 people on your on the one account. So you might want to look into that. Now you can use the free Canva. It's fantastic. It will just take you a little bit more time. Using the Canva Pro just eliminates some of the time. Okay, so let's have a look at the home screen. Now your home screen is going to look a little bit different from mine because once you start creating posts, Canva gets quite intuitive and it starts putting things in front of you that you might want to try. So Canva obviously realizes that I use Instagram and Facebook a lot, so it's doing that. It also realizes that I use my presentations. I do my presentations on Canva. And so that's actually putting that first. So you can see these are the type of things that I do. So yours will come up a little bit differently depending on what you do. So I want to take you through a few boring things that you might think are boring, but I think are very, very important down the track and will save you a lot of time. So having a look at Canva up here, we've got your home button, then we've got your templates. Like I said, I don't use all of these. I probably use 3 or 4 of these, and I'm in Canva every single day. So you may only be using 1 or 2 of these. So we can have a look at the templates there. We can have a look at the features. So these are all the things that Canva can do for you. And like I said, you'll just use a few of them. Now don't get lost in here. These are, there is a lot of information in here. So just go through the things that are actually going to suit you and your business. If you do want to do tutorials, there's some really good tutorials in here. I find them a little bit slow, but that's it depends on how you learn. And then obviously you've got your pricing. Now I had a look at this morning. Things change all the time, so I needed to make sure that this was going to be up to date for you. And I noticed that the non-for-profits was there as well. I'm sure I've noticed it before, but I think this is quite a good one to notice. You can get Canva Pro if you have a non-for-profit registered business. Okay, so that's that. Now, the other thing that I really wanted to speak to you about firstly is your brand kit. So even before you start creating, I'd like you to go down to your brand kit and make sure that that is set up properly. So you'll know that your business has a logo, so I encourage you to put your logo in there. I don't create the Business Station copy or collateral, so I don't need to have that in there. But with yours, I encourage you to put your logo in there. And then go ahead and put in your brand colors. It's so easy then to create posts once you have put in your brand colors. Now, these are my different brands that I've got there. But when I was a social media manager, I had 20 odd different companies in here, and I had set up all of their brand colors. So I knew exactly what colors I could use in my posts to make them very consistent across all of the different platforms. If you have consistent fonts that you use, I encourage you to put them in here as well, especially if your business has a font that isn't in Canva. So trying to upload that font. So again, it's consistent across all of the different platforms, and it just makes it so easy. I'll show you when we start creating our posts. So first thing first, starting to set up your brand kit. Put your logo, put your brand colors in, and then put your font in. If you've got absolutely no idea what your brand colors are, you can do add and discover palettes. So you might have one color in your logo, and then you might find that color, and then you'll see a brand kit that will look aesthetically pleasing on all of your posts. So that's one way of doing that if you haven't already set up your brand colors. Okay, so let's go back to home on the left-hand side. So the way that I start creating is I create an Instagram post. So Instagram and Facebook have the same sizing of their normal grid posts. So I just go over to create design on the top right, and then I go into create post. Now, while I'm in here, I wanted to show you down the bottom, it says import file. Now, just recently, last time I looked at this was different. So just recently, very recently, this was in beta mode. So they've obviously taken it off that and they've made it a feature, which is fantastic. You can import PDFs. So the PDFs that you have created already or other people's PDFs, you can import those. Please don't copy them exactly if there's somebody else's, unless you're acknowledging the source. But if you've got a PDF and you need to put your branding on it, or if you want to create that into an Instagram post or a Facebook post or a pin, anything like that, you can import that PDF instead of trying to copy and paste over all of the text. Okay, so going back to here, so let's just say we're going to create an Instagram post. So it's just a square post, nice and easy. And I go over to the left-hand side and I can click on templates. Now, this will show me all of the templates. Again, this will look different to you because I have recently created a few. These are intuitive of the types of posts that I have been creating. So Canva gives me ideas that are similar to the ones that I've been creating. Mind you, Canva gets very, very confused about mine because I use this for multiple businesses and I use this to teach. You can also create different posts based on the time of the year. Obviously, this is around Christmas. It's Christmas time, it's winter time in the US. Sports events, we've got some coronavirus Instagram posts, newsroom Instagram posts, animated Instagram posts. I do encourage you to put some form of animation in your post because, again, it's a video content. And again, the video content shows up better in your social media. Okay, so you can get lots and lots of different ideas from the templates. I'm just going to scroll up quickly, so close your eyes if that disturbs your eyes, and then I'm just going to pop in the search. Now, instead of going through every single type of template that you can, I encourage you to go with something along the lines of your theme of your business. So if you've got like a boho theme of your business, pop in boho and then have a look at all of the different posts that are there. Very, very easy to create an aesthetically pleasing post from that. If you really like the type of post, let's have a look and see. Perhaps we really like this type of post. we can go into the 3 dots on the post. We can click on those dots, and then we can go down to the creator that made that post. Now, let's click on this. Do you see how there's very similar ones that that person has created? So you can then create a nice brand aesthetically pleasing post using the same creator. Okay, so let's go back. So say you have something around the sea or the water, or you live around the sea. So just starting to put in some keywords in here that allow you to just cut through all of the clutter that you will see and save yourself some time, really save yourself some time. If you have a particular color that your brand represents or that is in your logo, pop that color in, and then starting to see all of the different ones that are around that. And again, if you like the type of post, going into the person who has made it, and you'll see that they're quite similar. They sort of look the same, and then you can start creating a really beautiful brand aesthetic on your social media. Okay, what is another one? I've got my notes down here, so if you see me looking down, just ignore me. Okay, so fonts, content planner. Okay, so if you're also searching for some sort of type of post, say if you were searching, if you're going to do a quote, very, very easy to find a template if you put in a certain keyword. So I encourage you to do different types of posts. So we sort of think of posts as having 4 different types of posts. You've got inspirational posts, which would be your quotes and your motivation texts and your, Motivation Monday, hashtag Motivation Monday, that type of thing. And then you've got your selling posts, you've got your education posts, and you've got your entertainment posts. So if we were to have like a motivation post, just pop in motivation in here. Have a look and see if it's going to be the same as your branding. So you'll see that this color is pink. That's absolutely not my branding. And so I would go to the color, and then my branding is already in here, just like we showed you before. So I'd possibly change that to that color. And now that looks terrible. So we've got to change the colors here. My branding's already in there. It makes it very, very easy. And the other thing that you can do is click change all. So you don't have to go ahead and change every single part of the colors. So down on the bottom left is change all. Okay, so it just changed both of those. And then I'd be putting in a reminder. So we click on this. This is the font up here. And I would change it to the font that I have already uploaded or that I use all of the time. So just changing that font. I would change this font so it's the same. And then down here, I would pop in my website or my social media handle. Incredibly easy way of creating a beautiful post. And then over on the top right-hand side, we click download. So this downloads as a PNG, so it's a static post. Now, like I said, it would be really interesting if we could make this post into some form of animation. So an easy way of doing that is to click on the words, click on animate. So text animation, and I'm really loving the typewriter at the moment. And do you see how that changes? So it makes it into, it scrolls across the page. So firstly, it makes it into animation, which is fantastic. Secondly, it makes it into a post that someone needs to stay on the post to read the rest of the message, because it only comes up. Do you see how I'll show you again? So that means that the thumb scrolling needs to stop, and your post gets shown for a longer period of time because they're spending that time reading that post, which then shows Facebook and Instagram that your post is interesting for people because they've stopped the thumb scroll, and your post will get shown to more people. Okay, so that's just a really, really, really easy way of animating your post. So now your post is animated. It's typewriter. This post now is an MP4. So when we download that, that's an MP4, it's a video. So we download exactly the same as we would a normal post. We would download that as an MP4, and then we'd upload that into our social media. Okay, so really, really easy way of making it into a video. All right, just having a look at my notes. What are we doing next? Okay, so templates. Now, we've done some templates. So like I said, just very, very quickly trying to find a way to just cut through all of that clutter and actually get something that's useful for you. So let's have a look on the left-hand side, and we go down to elements. So clicking on elements. So you'll see these are my recently used elements. You've got your lines and shapes. You've got your graphics. You've got your photos, videos, audios, charts, tables, frames, and we've got our grids. So I'm going to open these all up and show you. Now I'm going to get rid of all of these, and a really great place to remember to go is this undo button. So we can just undo all of that. If you've made a mistake, just undo it. Fabulous. So we've got our recently used, like I said. Now I've created that animation. Very, very easy. I haven't created it, sorry. I've posted it over. I've used it on something else. Very easy now to change the size. So if we've just put that in, and then we grab this corner and we move it and we drag it up and down. Then we can move it around, and you'll see the little pink lines on my page. That just shows me, so I'll show you, I'll put it in the middle if I can. There it is, smack bang in the middle now. So it just makes it aesthetically pleasing. This little button underneath also makes it move around that way. Okay, so just very, very easy to change things, very easy. Okay, let's get rid of that. Lines and shapes. I like putting lines and shapes as a bit of a background. So just to make it a little bit more aesthetically pleasing, like I said. Now that color is not my brand colors. I would go up, I would change the color. My brand colors are in here already, easy peasy. And then if I was to put some text over the top, I'd go down to the left-hand side. Put some text there. Now this brand color, I quite like this little tool up on the left-hand, up on the top right with the boxes. It makes it a little bit less harsh. It makes it a little bit less, makes it transparent. Okay. Now I'll show you why that works a little bit better. Let's have a play. I'm going to get rid of all of that. Go away. So if I go to the left-hand side and click a photo, and if I just, that's trending, let's put that in there. Actually, I'm going to make it fill it up. So I dragged it over and put it in there. So if I wanted to put some words on here, I would go over to text. I'd probably write a heading. I'd write something like Merry Christmas. I would change the font so it's the same as mine. I'd probably make it a little bit bigger. And then I really want it to sit in that little corner there. So I'd move it over. Okay, now that doesn't stand out very well. So what I would do is I would go over to elements where we were, and I'd choose a shape. I'd put that shape behind this, changing the sizing. I don't like that orange color, so I would change the color, maybe put it into, this is the colors of the picture. Okay, So I'd possibly change it to that, and then I would make it a little bit transparent. Okay, I might even want to make it a color that is just a little bit different. Okay, so it makes it stand out a little bit more. Do you see how that worked? Okay, so that's the way that I use the lines and the shapes. We've got graphics in here that we can use, and we're going to go over photos and videos a little bit later, but that's how you would use your elements. Okay, your uploads. This is where you would upload your photos that you already have. So this is where you would upload your product photos, or this is where you would upload any videos that you've done as well. You can upload them into here and then you can make something out of them. Okay, so there's uploads. So you can upload your media. You can also record yourself in here as well. So easy to do that. And you've got your images, your videos, and your audio. This is photos. Now, again, there are thousands and thousands of photos in here. So I encourage you to not go through all of them, but to have a look and see if you can streamline it by using keywords. So again, if your business was all about boho and that type of aesthetic, just type that in and then you can drag them over and you've got a beautiful aesthetic already. Again, you can you can go into here and you can find the person who has made these photos, and you could possibly find ones that are very, very similar to the ones that you've got already. Okay, so there's ones in here that are quite similar to the ones that you've got there already. Easy to use those photos. Something I forgot to tell you, when you see this little Pro symbol, that means it's the Canva Pro. When you see the free symbol, that's when you can use it for free. So I'm just looking at the chat. Okay, awesome tip. I'm glad these are useful. Fantastic. Yeah, just these little tiny tips just make your life so much easier. So hopefully that's a gold nugget and you might be able to get another gold nugget out of it later. So just using exactly the same. Now this is actually quite easy when you're starting to create lots and lots of posts, because you can then just put your logo and your website onto every single post, duplicate it, and then just change the aesthetic, just change the picture in them. Okay, very, very easy. All right, okay, is there a way to filter preference for the free options? I don't think so. Yeah, that's a very, very good question, but I don't think so. So if anybody knows the answer to that, absolutely 100%, then let me know. But I don't think that there's a chance. Actually, there might be. Let me just have a little play. There is. Look, free. Apply filters. Done. I was thinking in the back of my mind, I did know about that a while ago, but it hasn't changed them. Okay, yep. So all of those are free for you now to use. Perfect. Sorry, how? Okay. Let me do that again. So I'll take that off and show you. So these are, let's just say photos. We had photos of, I don't know, we were talking about the sea before. So we've got photos of the sea. So in here you've got free, 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 and pro. Okay. So when on the top, there's these little lines with the circles on them, click on that and then look at free, apply the filters, and then you've got all of your free ones. Okay, so you can see that even with the free version, there's so many. There's just the most amazing amount. Really, really cool. Okay, dokes. Let's unclick that. Apply filters. Alrighty. Oh, doesn't that look nice? Let's go there for our summer break. Okay, so if we were talking about motivation, like we were talking about before, so just popping in your keywords, what are you actually wanting to get out of a post? How easy is this? It's just so easy for you to create your social media. Oh, that one's cool. Okay, so I've got a question in here. That must be the Pro filter. Yeah, yep. Okay, so what is next on my little list of getting through? I've got about 3 hours worth that I want to get through. So I'm speaking very quickly, so I apologize if I'm speaking too quickly. Let's do that today. So that's the photos. So text, I showed you a little bit of text before. So this is how you add a heading. Just click over there, type your heading in, change the font, change the size, change the color, and you can change the effects and you can animate it like I said before. So just really, really easy. I'll just get rid of that. Now, when we have a look at these are font combinations down the side. So if you're not particularly feeling in the mood to be very creative, it's just an easy way to come and get some fonts that are going to work for you. There you go, beautiful. Easy, easy. Let's animate that. I wonder if we can. Let's make it come across. Oh, there you are, that's nice. Okay, so again, we've just turned that very, very quickly into a video. I'll show you. So it just moved it across and made it a video. I would change that time. So it doesn't need to last for 5 seconds. It probably only needs to last for about 2 seconds. Okay, now where were we? We were over here in text. Styles doesn't really, I was just looking at styles. So that's really just, again, looking at your branding and your colors. Audio. Okay. On Instagram, you do need to click audio for it to open up. So I don't suggest for you to do this on every single post, but if you have something around Christmas, I guess, I would suggest just using it a little bit. So we can click on Christmas music. We can see what it plays like. Drag it over. So now that plays. Because I've made it short, that only plays a little bit, but if you had a Christmas one in there, you've now got audio that you can, royalty-free audio that you can use on your social media. That just makes things stand out a little bit more. Very, very easy. Okay, videos. Actually, I'm going to take that audio off so we're not listening to a Christmas tune every time we open that up. Okay, videos. On the left-hand side, we're going into videos. So let's get rid of all of this so we can start again. I'm doing this a long way. I don't need to do that the long way. I could have just started again. Okay, so videos. You can see that there's lots of videos that you can use. Again, use your keywords so you can create videos that are going to be beautiful for your brand. So let's stick with our C theme and we can drag and drop that over. So now that's a beautiful video that you can use in your social media. On the top, you can see that there's scissors. So this video goes for 28.9 seconds. That's way too long for your social media. So you can either go in there and just say, well, I want it to go for 4 seconds and cut it down. Or you can use these purple bars to go to the place that you actually want in the video. Okay. Easy peasy. Now you've got a video. Then you can put some audio to that. You can put some text to that. Let's get text. Let's do that. Let's say relax and listen to the waves. I was thinking I probably spelled that wrong because I'm only typing with one finger. We would change that font to the font that we are always using, something that stands out. We would resize that perhaps. We would make it our brand color. I would move it so it stands out a little bit more. And then leave it like that. I wouldn't animate this if you've got a video behind it. So you don't need two things that are moving at the same time. Just try and keep it very, very simple. So relax and listen to the waves. Let's see what it looks like. There you are. You have your nice relaxing social media post. You would download that as an MP4 and then upload that into your social media. So simple. Okay, now where are we going next? So that's videos. Yeah, so again, I encourage you to just have a look and see for ones that really resonate with your business. If you don't want the whole thing, if you don't want the whole entire post as a video, I'll show you what to do. Let's just take away that. We would go into elements again on the left-hand side. And then we would scroll on down to frames. I love using frames. Now I open that up. And because my marketing is usually about social media, I always use this one. Just let me get rid of that. I would open that up. And then anytime we see this in Canva, this picture in Canva, it means that you need to put a picture or a video inside that. So I would then go over to videos, possibly put that inside that. So it sits inside here. It sits inside the frame that we've just used. Okay, so all I'm doing is dragging that over and sitting that inside the frame. Very, very easy. Right, what were we doing? Videos, background, loads and loads and loads of different patterns for your backgrounds. So it's a good idea just to come in and have your target market, have your client in your mind, have your aesthetic in your mind, the type of posts that you like to use, and then starting to create posts and have a bit of a play around what you really like to post about, or no, what do your customers like you to post about? Let's use this. Let's put this background in behind there. Isn't that pretty? So easy to create. Relax and smell the roses. Move that so it's in the middle. That's why I love my little pink lines that allow me to do that. I'll possibly make that bigger. Now we can make it bigger by moving that open, or we can make it bigger by using the numbers up here. We just have to do that. Easy. Okay. And then you put your logo in there, and then you put your handle or your website on there, and it's a beautiful post for you to use. That actually looks a little bit harsh with that background. So I'll just show you how we could change that. We would possibly change the color. Now, if I scroll down, I can see the palette of the photo. So I would possibly change that, maybe a little bit darker. And then I would possibly animate it. But over here, I can also make it a bit transparent. So I can make it a little bit softer in there as well. Okay, so easy, very, very easy to create your social media that way. Now, where's my little notes? Alrighty, if you wanted to change this into a different type of post, if you wanted to change it into a Pinterest post, which is a different size. So you've already created this, and you can use this for your Instagram and your social media, Instagram and your Facebook. You'd go up to resize on the top left, and you'd either come in with custom size, or you can scroll down and you can resize it to the different sizes that you want to use. So Instagram stories are a different size, and it makes a copy in the right size that you're going to be using for your social media. And then you would make that look a little bit more aesthetically pleasing. And stories are video, so I would animate that into some form of video. Oh, that looks nice. There we are. So we're animating that and making it into a video. Simple. Upload that. Oh, sorry, download that, and you can use that in your Instagram story straight away. So we don't need to reinvent the wheel over and over. We can recreate our posts that work very, very well. All right. Down on the left-hand side. So we've got background. I've got these here because you can see I've just got the files there, so that every time I come back to a business, I can, my files are already there and set up. So it's very easy for me to get my pictures from that particular business. Okay, so yours will look different. That's what I'm trying to say. Yours will look different. What I'm trying to get to is this QR code. So if I was to take out those words and pop a QR code in here. Now, if I put in a website that I want people to go to, so this could be your Etsy site, this could be your Amazon site, this could be your website, this could be your booking link, this could be anything at all, and you're going to generate the code. And now you have a QR code that you can put into your social media that goes to this website. How simple was that? So quick and easy. So if you're doing markets, or if you're doing anything like that, I really encourage you to set up a QR code that goes to your Facebook, or it goes to your Instagram, and say, follow me on Facebook. And everyone knows how to use QR codes now. When these first started coming out, people said, oh, am I going to be using that in my social media? I said, no, absolutely not. But due to COVID, we now know how to use QR codes in Australia. So I encourage you to use them wherever you can. And it's a very easy way for people to connect to your business. So simple way of creating a QR code in Canva. Okay, so we've got logos, folders, loads of things down here. And then we've got more. So you can have a look at all of the different ones in here. You can see if something is going to suit your branding. Like I said, there's so much, so please don't get too lost in Canva. There really is loads of stuff that you can do. Just use the stuff that you're very comfortable with, starting to create an Instagram and Facebook post to start with, using some of these tips and tricks that I've given you, and then start looking into the extra things that you can do. Just checking on that chat. Resizing like that is a pro function. Yep, you'd have to start from scratch to create a, for example, Pinterest post. But yeah, perfect, so easy. Thanks, Naomi. So let's do that very quickly. I'm jumping back into Canva. Resizing, yes, is a pro version, but all you do is create a pin. So we've got our pin here, and then if we go down into background, we've already got the ones that we've recently used. Yay! So simple to create these things. And we've already got the things that we've already created. So just go back into the recently used and then just create them from scratch easily here. Now, one thing while we are here, publish to Pinterest, and you also have on some of the ones published to Facebook. So you can actually connect your Pinterest and your Facebook. I don't think you can connect Instagram yet. And you can use that as a tool to post directly to them. Okay, so that's another simple way of doing that too. Let's just check here. That was great, thank you, no problem, you're welcome. I'm glad these things are useful. Okay, where were we? Checking on my notes again. Types of photos. Okay, so I'm just going to jump back into, where were we? There it is, square one. Okay, what type of post? All right, so if you have absolutely no idea what type of post, there's lots of ways that I can show you, and I'm just trying to sort through them in my mind because I've got loads of ways of doing that. Okay, so types of posts. Let's go into templates. I encourage you to show your staff. So, you know, especially at this time of the year, give your staff a bit of a shout out. So if you type in photo, you can see loads and loads of different ways. So what you might want to do, this is free, pop this over. This is just a really easy way of showcasing your people. So in here, you could just say, you know, amazing, you know, or Merry Christmas to my amazing staff, something like that. And then you can get their photos and you can put them in there. Obviously get their permission before you do that. Another wonderful one, you know, especially around Christmas. Amazing staff, that's already in there. And then put in your staff photos, maybe even the photos of your Christmas party, something like that. So easy, or even a shout out to the local coffee shop staff that have been supplying you with caffeine all year. Do you know what this? So once you've got the ideas, Canva just makes it very, very, very easy to create your posts. Okay, that's your photos. So I encourage you to introduce yourself. That should be the first one. If you haven't introduced yourself on social media, please do. Please put yourself in there. Maybe do something like this one. Put yourself in here. Put your product in here. Put something that you're interested in here, in all of these different ones, and introduce yourself. So people get an idea of the person behind the brand. Okay, it makes them trust you a lot more. Trust me. Okay, so photos. Now, if we actually put in here a carousel, this is cool. I'll show you. I always spell this wrong. There it is. Carousel. So you will see some of these. Let's not put in Instagram posts. Let's just put in carousel. Oh, it's calling me a liar. All right, so what I'm going to do is start again because I really want to show you this. Let's go back to Canva. I want to put in create design and let's do carousel. Oh, it's not going to let me. How do I spell it? I've forgotten how to spell carousel. Oh, why do I always spell this wrong? Let me have a look. How do I spell that? I spell it like that, don't I? And I copy that. I'm making myself complete idiot here, but that's okay. We're all human. There it is. Oh, and it's only giving me that. Okay, so it's changed again. What I wanted to show you is a lot of these posts have 1 or 2 or 3 or 4 posts in them. But it's not doing it today. I wonder if they've changed it. This happens all the time. Oh, there it is. Phew. It's not making me lie. Okay, so I'll show you how I did that. So I went through and I just had a look at all the different ones. Now they're only showing one, but do you see how this says 1 of 6, 2 of 6? This one says 1 of 6. This is what I was trying to show you. This one says 1 of 10. Okay, so if we click on that, and if we say apply all 10 pages, you instantly have 10 posts that are branded the same. So you can either use those posts as 10 different posts, or you can use these posts as a carousel that you use to sort of swipe and swipe and swipe. One, it gives more time on your post. And again, that shows the Instagram and Facebook that your posts are very interesting for people to see. And it gives you the chance to make yourself stand out as an expert in your field. So if you, you can change this to nine ways to tie a scarf. And then you can go to the next one, and you can tell them the next one, then you can go to the next one and tell them the next one. So do you see how easy it is? I'll just go back to those carousels again. Do you see how easy it is to create a post that will create a set of posts that are just branded exactly the same? So let's apply all those 8 pages. Okay. So simple. And again, I would change the colors and the fonts. So I would click on that background, here's the background picture up here, the color up here. I would change it to the branding that I've got. And then down the bottom, you'll see change all. So you can change all of those. You don't have to go ahead and change every single one. And then I would click on perhaps the green, maybe change that green to orange, change every single one across all of the posts. And you see along the bottom here, we've got the post there, and then we've got the next one, then we've got the next one. So change this to suit your branding, change this to suit yourself, and make sure that you are making yourself stand out as the expert, and put your logo on it, and put your website on it. So easy. You can even animate all of these and then download them as PNG. So you're downloading them. I haven't animated any of these, so they're not an MP4, but you download them as a PNG and just upload them into your social media as a carousel post, or as posts for, that come across 3 or 4 times a week, and they all look exactly the same, they're branded. So very, very simple way of creating ones that look very, very similar for you. All right, what have we got next? Okay, infographics. So let's go back to Canva. People love going back to the homepage. People love infographics, and it's a very easy way for you to show your expertise in the field. And Canva gives us, again, loads and loads and loads of ideas. So many different ideas, and we can use all of these. So that's great. So let's have a look at, here's a business infographic, charitable list infographic. People love lists. Let's put that in there. If this has got nothing to do with you, you would change it. You would change the colors, you change the font, and that can be uploaded as a Pinterest pin. So simple to create that. Now I wonder if there's like a boho one that we're doing before. Okay, so a mood board. All right, so just go through those and see what actually suits your business. Videos, we've talked about videos, lifestyle images, we've talked about those, conversation starters. These are really, really easy to create. Now I want to change this. I'm going to go back to my square. Simple way of doing this. Let's just get rid of all that. Oh my goodness, we've done lots today. Let's just get rid of it. Okay, so very simple way of creating engagement on your page is to ask a question. So we can do conversation starters, something like this or that. Would you like to do this, or would you like to do that? Look at all of the different ones that you can do. So simple. And it creates people wanting to engage and saying, I would like a strawberry flavour, or I would like a chocolate flavour, or coffee. I would like an iced coffee. I would like a hot coffee. So it just encourages your people to engage on your page. I wouldn't use this specifically. I would change this into, say, if you've got 2 variations of your product, I would change that into one variation and that into one variation. It's another really, really good way of doing some market research into what your clients really love. If you've got, a massage therapist or something, a massage business or something like that, you can do you like a deep tissue, or do you like it soft and light? Okay, so just branding it so it's so it works for your business. So that's a conversation starter. I really, really encourage you to do testimonials. So testimonials can be taken from your Google reviews, can be taken from your Amazon or your Etsy reviews, eBay reviews. It can be taken from a text message. You might even, someone might have texted you and said, thank you so much. Oh, that would work well on this one. They might have texted you and said, thank you very much. So you text them and you say, oh my goodness, thank you for your feedback. I really appreciate that. Would you mind if I use that in my social media? And then you can either copy and paste, or you can screenshot into here. So testimonials, social proof of your business is incredibly important. So please use these. I actually encourage people to use them every 4th post, and then in your stories, and then all over the place. So reusing the testimonials and the reviews that you've got and reusing them onto different platforms. Reviews are actually quite hard to get, testimonials, especially in Australia. We don't tend to give a lot of reviews. So once you do get those reviews, please use them to your best capacity. I really encourage you to do that. Okay, so we'll do one more and we'll have a little bit of a chat. Reels, very, very popular at the moment. If you are doing Reels and you're going to be very serious with doing Reels, please make sure that you are getting your face in front of that camera. Let's go into the home, Reels. But if you don't want your face in front of the camera, easy way of creating Reels is in Canva. So I've got a whole entire other webinar on how to create Reels, but Reels currently get through, the algorithms get shown to more people on Instagram than anything else, because they are trying to compete with TikTok. And you can create your TikTok ones in here, but it is best to have your face in front of the camera to do that. Okay, so easy ways, very, very easy ways of creating this. Okay, you've got your movement, fabulous. I do encourage you to have you in the background there though. Okay, so let's go back into this one. So we didn't even start in here. I just got straight in and started. So my apologies. So like I said, we're just going to try and keep it as simple as we possibly can. Our businesses are busy. Unless you're a social media manager, and I can help you with that because I've been one. We just need to try and keep these things very, very, very simple. So my apologies, I didn't introduce myself at the beginning of the session. So I know a lot of people are on here before that do know me, but if you don't, my name is Victoria. Oh my goodness, I can't believe I got straight into it. I must have been very excited. So my name is Victoria. I am in the trenches with you. I own businesses. I've sold businesses. I now have 2 other businesses apart from teaching this full time, and I'm an author as well. I'm an ex-school teacher, which is why I love teaching this type of thing. But I do have numerous qualifications in e-commerce, and I'm a certified Shopify and Facebook partner as well. But most of all, I'm a mum to 2 teenagers. So, hi. Oh, what happened to a blank canvas? If this program is actually brought to you by the Digital Solutions Program and Business Station. So it's a grant by the federal government, which allows small business owners to get 7 hours worth of mentorship for only $44. This is such a great deal. All of the experts, including myself, charge $150 more for our time, an hour. And you get our expert advice one-on-one for your business for 3 hours, and then 4 hours worth of webinars and workshops. So such a good program to get into. I'm going to stop sharing now just to see if anybody's got any questions. Let me know if you've got some questions, and I will try to answer them as best as I can. If you are on the recording, please hit me up on my email, victoria@social-media. That was my last one, sorry, victoria@businessstation.com.au. And I hope that was very useful for you today. Oh, good. Carrie's saying it, very helpful, fantastic. That's really great. I'm glad that you could make it here live. Now, firstly, I want to take this time to wish you a very Merry Christmas, and I hope that you get a chance to relax and to unplug for a little while and to do the things that you enjoy doing over the Christmas time. And I really, 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 really hope that everybody and you and your family is very safe on the roads. So I'm going to sign off now. And like I said, I hope you have a wonderful Christmas, and I hope you find that very, very useful. Thanks for being here today. And
sorry, Victoria.
Oh, yes, sorry, yes.
Just before you go,
yes.
Sorry if this is a silly question, but is like sharing your sharing the account similar to like a Netflix shared thing? So sort of like one person pays for it and then you all get a login?
Yes.
Perfect.
Yes. Yeah, but everybody can see everything that everybody's doing.
Okay.
Yep. So just make sure that you know that that's okay. It's just very, very useful for teams.
Mm-hmm.
That if you've got a social media manager and they're changing things and you want to change things back and you're sort of having a bit of back and forth about it, it's just incredibly easy to do it that way.
Okay.
Yeah.
So we'll get just me in my business. Yes. So I was just sort of thinking of like sharing the cost with some other people.
Have done that as well, but again, just making sure that everyone can see what you're doing and they can change what you are doing as well. So make sure that you trust those people that are in there, and everyone's good friends and will stay good friends.
Cool.
But there's Canva Pro that you can try for a month. I think you can try that free for a month. So just have a go. But yeah, like we were playing around with before, I'm glad you were asking those questions. And like we were playing around before, you can actually change things, to suit yourself even when you're using the free one. And I used the free one for years and years and years before I started using the pro.
Yeah, it was just really interesting that you're trying to filter out the free. As soon as I open the filters, that's not an option on the free one. Right. So I was like, okay, so yeah, it's a bit of scrolling that's needed.
A bit of scrolling, and that's the thing. It's always a time or the money. Mm-hmm. Isn't it? It's what you've got to spend.
Yeah,
you've either got to spend the time or you have to spend the money on it. Yeah. Right. But if you are, if you're running a business and you intend it to be a full-time business and you intend it to, use and create social media, I hate subscriptions personally, but I think that is a really, really, really important subscription to have.
Beautiful. You're saying like every fourth post should ideally be a testimonial. Yeah. Are you sort of the school that you should be posting every day, or like with social media?
Depends on how much you want to run your business. If it's want to grow your business, if it's just sort of running in the background, I suggest 3 to 4 posts per week. Mm-hmm. If you are really wanting to grow your business sort of slowly and steadily, every day.
And if you're per platform, obviously.
Pardon?
Per platform, obviously.
Yep. If you're wanting to launch, 5 per day.
5 per day to launch.
Yep. Mm-hmm. Yep. On multiple platforms. So that means you are learning how to schedule very, very well. You're learning how to schedule your posts out so that you're sitting there once a month and you're saying, right, I'm in the creative zone, I'm in the mood, I'm going to create all of my posts for the next month, and I'm going to schedule them out so that they just go out when I'm asleep.
Okay.
And you make sure that you know your target market really, really well, so that you know when they're online, and you schedule your posts to come out when they're online.
Yes.
Yep. So all of my posts for my digital marketing business come out about 6 o'clock in the morning, because I know people roll over and they look at their phones at 6 o'clock in the morning before they go to bed, before they go to work.
Yep.
Then they're doing their full-time jobs. So I tend to not post during the day, and then I'll post in the evenings. But then I was talking to a client yesterday who has clients as grandparents. So I said, okay, well, when do they sit down? They'll probably sit down in the evening, and, you know, you might want to post at 8 o'clock in the evening.
Yep.
Or about 10 o'clock when they're having a cup of tea.
Yep.
So just know your target market really well.
If it's going off track, then obviously please tell me that you can't answer it in this space. But is there something that, is there a good place to go to find that information? Like, is it using the demographics that are available on the platforms, or is there someone that has done the
going into
research?
your insights and having a look to see when they're online.
Yeah.
Yep. And actually, I'm just going to stop the recording.